So let's talk about this. Now, a lot of you have an opinion. We're going to discuss. The nation's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, announced yesterday that he is stepping down effective this December. But he's not retiring, as many of you believe. The 81-year-old said he plans to pursue the next phase of his career. So Dr. Fauci became the face, as we all know, of the COVID pandemic, but he worked for more than 50 years in government, serving 7 different presidents. But he's also faced a ton of criticism, like for his comments on the effectiveness of masks early in the pandemic. Republicans in Congress reacted to the news, saying they will continue to investigate his conduct even after he leaves. So what do you think of Dr. Fauci stepping down and how he's become such a controversial figure? What would you say, Erica?
I don't understand the controversy. I mean, you're talking about a lot of people who felt like Dr. Fauci wasn't qualified to be leadership in this situation when it came to COVID, like just figured out that Dr. Fauci existed yesterday when he's been in public service for 50 years. I mean, we're talking about multiple pandemics, epidemics, and the idea that there was a change in the direction or there was a change in what he was talking about only had to do with the idea that it was ever evolving. So I think for people who were a little bit more flexible in their thought, have a firm belief in science, this isn't controversy. We're actually I'm honored that he would still continue public service work, although he's switching course and how he's doing that. But the idea that we don't need leadership like Fauci is just preposterous to me.
Yeah, whenever you give 50 years of your life to a service, I think of everything, and maybe just me and you, Al, as sports.
Right.
If you gave 50 years to the Cubs, the Bulls, the Bears, whatever, you're getting a standing ovation when you walk in there. You didn't make every shot. You might have fumbled a couple times, right? But you gave 50 years of your life to that. I'm not a scientist. I don't know what he does. I think a lot of people out there think they're scientists and they want to criticize what he does, just like when you write in the show and you tell us what's good for the show. You're not a producer, bozo. You know what I mean? So how am I going to sit up here and criticize
Jeff texted that to me as well. Story, so like that's not just for the viewers.
Yeah, so it's like me sitting up here and criticizing what he did when I don't even know what he's exactly talking about would be very hypocritical.
Well,
right?
let me read some tweets and then I want you to respond, because a lot of our viewers, yes, echo both of your sentiments, but not everybody's on the same page of you too. So we have a comment here saying, I hope he's not off the hook. He needs to be investigated. 2 years too late. Dr. Fauci stepping down is the best public health news since the invention of hand washing. But then on the flip side, thank you, Dr. Fauci. You are a true American hero. And then someone else ended it with, I've known and cherished Tony since the AIDS epidemic. Tony exemplifies selflessness and public service. Americans owe him a debt of gratitude. I just want to add on not only the AIDS epidemic, HIV, but also Ebola, Zika, bird flu. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Anthrax.
Right. I mean, you know, it's weird to say, but I guess technically I am a scientist. I have a degree in biology, went to graduate school for that. I've done medical research 4 years in the laboratory and presented work at conferences. And I'll just tell you guys this, if you want to be famous, if you want to be known, you don't go into research. Research is for people that are obsessed with what they're doing. They usually, and this is not a shot against anybody I've ever worked with, I think it's a good thing, a lot of them are kind of spectrum-y, you know, they focus on something and they dedicate their life to it. These are not people that are looking to become famous. What happened was Dr. Fauci stepped into, kicked a hornet's nest because he was taking science and then bringing it into the world of politics. And the world of politics was able to make masks controversial. Masks. So
amidst the
pandemic, that with an airborne virus. So if masks are in trouble, you know the human being behind them telling you to wear them is in trouble too. And really quickly, to point out, people were saying, well, he flip-flopped on masks. He flopped on masks because we didn't have any, because we don't store masks, because we're a capitalistic country, and there's no reason for any company that wants to make a profit to store masks because that's expensive and people don't need them. So we don't make them. So that's why we didn't have any masks ready. So
that's coming from a scientist.
It was a weird way to end it. I feel like it got quiet. You know, like if someone at the end of a bad car date and you're like, well, all right.
Is someone going to do a shot every time that you said masks?
Yeah, I know I'm in trouble.
Okay, so I want you guys, we're going to chat about this video. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but this is the Prime Minister of Finland, okay? Out partying and dancing with her friends. Her name is Sanna Marin, and she's 36 years old. I'm sorry, I'm watching the video at the same time. Okay. The video was leaked. It went viral, and many demanded that she take a drug test to prove that she herself was not on drugs. So in a press conference, the Prime Minister defended her right to enjoy herself out on a night with her friends and said she considered the demand for a drug test to be unjust. Still, she took the drug test to clear up any suspicions. The test did come back negative, but the question is, can leaders like this go out and party, or is this not appropriate? What would you say, Jeff?
I don't know. My first instinct is I like it.
Yeah, I did too.
You know what I mean? It makes me want to visit like Finland. I'm like, man, they get down over there. It's fun. Yeah. They don't take things too serious.
But young, probably 10 years younger than me almost. I love it.
Yes, but on the responsible side of things, if something was going wrong in that country, I don't know their economics and things. Would you be like, what are you doing out partying like that? But my first instinct is like, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend not to trust people who are one-dimensional.
Yeah.
You know, like if you can't be a serious person and perform your task at work or whatever your function might be, but also have the ability to let your hair down and actually enjoy your life, I don't trust you. So I think the only mistake that she made was going to a place and being around people who don't understand code. Because at the end of the day, nothing that she's doing is wrong, but when you take something completely out of context, and you put it out on social media for all of us to pontificate about what her drug blood level is, that's the issue. Make sure your circle is very, very small.
Right.
Yeah. It's just,
what if her blood would have came back, you know, I don't know. What do you say?
Tainted.
High?
Yeah.
Tainted? I don't
Blood
know.
was high?
Right.
Would that affect you? Would that make you second guess her going out?
I don't think so. I like that Sam talks like one of those police officers that will come to your middle school and be like, you don't get high. Now, these are all the drugs. All right? Yeah. No, honestly, I just saw somebody being a human being. And Erica, you said we're looking at something out of context. I think you put it right in context. She was at a party with friends. She was enjoying this life that we've been given. She was not high, Sam, so good news. And
me.
you know, I know I'm messing with you, but yeah, I look at this and I would hope that all of our leaders show some humanity. I don't mind when I see a politician at a sporting event or at their kid's graduation or laughing or dancing with their daughter at graduation. Go live your life. I think it's weird that we just have kind of people that are only focused on one or two issues. That's the only thing they ever talk about, and you never see any humanity outside of that. So I'm fine with it.
What if this video, we all kind of agree we like it. What if it was DeSantis in a video, or what if it was Gavin Newsom in a video having some drinks and dancing with their friends, and everyone speculated that they were drunk? Wouldn't it kind of be like the shot? I know, but don't you think the storm would come down on them?
People would use it, let's be honest.
Yeah. Right,
the other side would use it. But I just want to end it with, you know, in all the recent surveys, Finland's known as the happiest place in the world. So
that puts explanation.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I had it.
Exclamation mark. Boop.
That was it.
Jumping up on DVL.
That was a period. That wasn't a.
An exclamation mark.
No, that was a question mark.
An exclamation mark.
You did it again. You go straight.
Exclamation mark.
No, there's no curve.
Straight down.
Exclamation mark. Boop.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.